Hello YouTube, this is Ner'zhul Gaming, and I got some Burial at Sea for you today. I gotta say, if you got any money, I would recommend you buy this game. It's just beautiful and it's fantastic, and for people who like stories, it has a great story to it. I'm not gonna be talking that much, I'm gonna let the game do it, but yeah, let's get into it.
We're closed.
You don't look the sort who can afford to turn down legitimate work.
What do you want?
How about we start with a light?
Well, you got a name, miss?
Elizabeth. You can call me Elizabeth.
What can I do for you?
There's a girl who needs to be found. Maybe you've seen her.
This girl's dead.
You know her.
You'll see dozens of her tied down by the docks or the slums in Apollo Square. Orphans. The Fontaine's charity shut. No place for them.
But her you know.
As I said, girl's dead.
Lost.
Look, I don't know where you get...
Lost isn't dead. Name your rate, I will pay you for this work. But you do this one gratis, wouldn't you?
I don't follow.
Something tells me you will. Seems my instincts were correct.
Where's Sally?
I don't know, but I know someone who does. Follow me.
To be honest with you, what I'm talking about is it being beautiful is like, look at this. Like,
What's this girl to you?
if you took out all the people
Is my business. But I know
and
where to start looking.
made it a little bit more shinier,
Something tells me a man with your particular talent
I might
useful.
be able to like think this was real life. I'm just being honest. I mean, people might be a little bit smarter than me, you could say, but
What happened to these children?
you might think it would be real life.
Where have you been? Cabin in Arcadia? Little Sisters? Atom factories?
It's grotesque.
Red means stop, green means go.
Compromise? Is that why we came to Rapture? I could compromise.
What do they even look like under those?
Look, I say you should have to prove you're properly first.
Funny.
What?
You not knowing about the Little Sisters. How long have you been in Rapture?
Let's just say I don't get out much.
You've got eyes and ears, don't you?
If I wanted to share my life story, Mr. DeWitt, I would write my memoirs. If I learned anything about Rapture, that it was a place where people understood to mind their own business.
Where are we headed?
The man we need to see is in the Garden of the Muses.
How do you know?
My sources are my own, Mr. DeWitt. If you have better information as to the whereabouts of your girl, I suggest you avail yourself of it.
Okay, so one thing about Elizabeth, between her collar, or collars, she gets the songbird pin, and from BioShock Infinite's main story, you either choose the songbird or the cage and pins, and she wears that throughout the rest of the story once you get there. So what I'm thinking is she's from the past, but she's lived up
When's
to
the
the
last
future.
time you saw Sally?
What?
She was taken from you, wasn't she?
How do you know this?
She was taken. Down at Surprise. You were playing the tables and...
She disappeared.
And?
Cop friend of mine, Sullivan, says they found her floating in the docks.
You see the body?
Look.
Did you see the body? This world values children, not childhood. There's a profit to be made and men who make it. I'm taking you to one of them. Mr. DeWitt, you all right?
I'm fine. Just get these spells sometimes. It'll pass.
Refreshment, sir? Madam?
We're fine, thanks.
I'm with you basically. Decent sort.
Mr. DeWitt. We'll find my source inside of that club.
Cohen? What does that lunatic have to do with Sally?
Private party. No entry without invitation.
We'll see about that.
Which business do you represent, sir?
Business?
Yes, which business?
DeWitt Investigations.
Mr. Cohen does not truck with private detectives. Masks of invitation went to artists and craftsmen alone.
I'm with the artist struggle. We're expected...
No mask, no entry.
Stuffed shirt.
These invitation masks he spoke of. They must have gone out to local artisans.
Well, I guess we'll have to persuade someone to loan us one.
The business of Rapture is business. Says it's sponsored by the Artist Struggle, the Golden Rule, and Rapture Records.
I guess those stores would be as good a place to start as any. What brought you to Rapture?
A man.
Really? You don't strike me as the romantic type.
Wasn't that kind of man.
Then what?
There's a debt that needs repaying.
I've known my share of Shylocks. You're no Shylock.
Wasn't that kind of debt. Invitations to Cohen shows are highly coveted. Nobody's gonna just hand us one.
You think you can figure out a way to distract the store owner while I take a look around?
You just find the mask. Leave the distractions to me.
Welcome, please. Have a look around.
Excuse me. Lady has some questions for you.
Yes, of course.
I'm interested in this piece.
Ah, excellent. You've an eye, haven't you, miss? It's a natural sapphire and diamond, 18-karat gold ring, fully hallmarked for Paris, 1887.
That's a lot of fine talk about a stolen ring.
I beg your pardon?
Right out of her coffin in Twilight Fields. Did you think we
Cohen
wouldn't
sends those
notice?
masks out in some kind of box.
The assurances of a grave robber are of no interest to me. If you hand the ring back, the matter will remain between you and me.
Damn.
I don't think...
Must be somewhere else.
Hit the bricks, you tramp!
Get your hands off me!
That looks like it hurt.
Might be best if we were gone when he wakes up. Any luck?
Nothing.
She knocked.
Let's find another shop.
Where should we look next? Upstairs at the Artist Struggle or Rapture Records straight ahead?
I don't have
Roger Stein. Frank Fontaine. Be with Andrew Ryan? Probably something.
Come right in.
You see that dish I walked in with? Will you give her the star treatment, pal? That'll make it worth your while.
Of course, right away.
What is this piece?
It's by Trenet, but of course, covered by...
That's
Oh, it's lovely. Isn't it lovely?
that's the BioShock Infinite, or not BioShock Infinite.
One place left.
BioShock 1 and 2 main song, theme song, I guess, or menu, should I say.
That we never knew existed.
Yes.
Can you turn... I must go. I must go. Even one more note shall prove my undoing. Nothing?
No. Got one place left, though.
And if that proves to be fruitless?
Cross that bridge when we get to it.
Buongiorno, signore.
Days.
I should really use a reduction plasmid, but I'm terrified of needles. Plasmids are now available in...
Suchong observed strangest of coincidences. On other side of a window, man in strange hat experimenting on Suchong's own creation. On plasmid. Man name of Fink. Outrage! Theft of intellectual property! But man name of Fink is no fool. Through addition of oxidizing agent, turns plasmid ingestible through stomach lining. Mr. Ryan very impressed with Suchong's initiative. Theft of intellectual property. Two-way street.
Hey, pal. You want to help out the little lady?
Yes, of course. Interesting, isn't it? An original Sander Cohen. He calls it miasma.
I'm sorry, but I know precious little about art.
How does it make you feel?
I don't want to open my mouth for fear of what foolishness might tumble out.
Would you like me to tell you what I mean?
There you are,
I
you
would
son
like
of
so
a
much
bitch.
to understand.
Intended to show us the struggle.
The great man, condemned to breathe the swampy air of the Paris.
You've given me so much to think about. I feel a trifle swoony. Would you mind if I return tomorrow for further education?
I shall be here at your service. Until tomorrow.
Good. You've located the mask.
Third time to charm.
All right. It's best we head back to Cohen's. Booker.
Fine piece of work back with those shopkeepers. You got a bit of the grifter in you.
For that you can thank my father.
Oh, yeah?
He was a man comfortable in a variety of roles.
How is Ryan taking over Fontaine's business any different than, say, Eminent Domain?
So, what kind of field you in?
Field?
Yeah, you know, occupation. Can't imagine what kind of employment would lead you to tag along on a job like this.
I suppose you could say I work in debt collection.
Ah, very well. Mr. Cohen awaits your participation at his performance.
So who is this fellow Cohen? Some sort of underworld figure?
Worse. He's an artist.
An artist who kidnaps children.
Cohen's muse is a bit more diverse. I've seen this type. Gets an idea in his head, end a conversation. Don't matter who gets hurt.
Dance, move! Be the conduit! Open yourselves to the music! To to the spirit of the eternal. No. Why do you fail in this fashion? To embarrass me in front of my muse? My muse shall not be mocked. Fitzpatrick!
Please!
The stick!
Save him, for God's sake!
My muse shall not be mocked! Get them out of here! There shall be no failure on my canvas. There's no room in rapture anymore for the artist. Who are you?
Name's DeWitt.
Is that right? My. This one's a real biscuit. Isn't he a biscuit, lady?
Need to ask a few questions.
Questions? Yes. Yes. It is the work of man to ask. It is the work of the artist to answer.
You've seen this girl, haven't you?
We artists see more than most. You are more than you claim to be, little songbird. Are you not? Watch this one, DeWitt. She'll take you where you don't want to go. But I know the child in that photo is important to you. So many children flit, flit, flit away. I know where the girl is. And I will send you to her. In exchange, all I ask is a dance.
What?
I see something in you two. Art strips away artifice. Show me who you are, and I will show you where you need to go.
Cold son of a bitch.
Mr. DeWitt.
What?
Dance with me.
Come, dance!
I shudder to think what greater price he might care to extract.
Fitzpatrick! Beauty and pain. They can be no more separated than birth and blood.
What do you think Cohen's customers do with the children? Do they?
Sometimes. But those types lack the capital of people like Ryan and Suchong.
That's a blessing.
You saw those little sisters? You so sure? But if Suchong had Sally, I'd know it.
How?
As I tied him to a chair and asked him.
So?
For 15 hours.
I don't know what to make of you, Mr. DeWitt.
No!
Listen, we're not gonna keep...
Fitzpatrick!